All right, let's get right into it. We all feel things, right? Anger, joy, fear. They're just part of being human. But what if I told you that the way we think about these emotions is trapping us in a really powerful illusion? One that makes temporary feelings feel like they're our permanent reality. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that very illusion. It all boils down to this simple but incredibly deep question. Do you ask, am I angry? Or do you ask, did anger arise? Now, they might sound kind of the same, but trust me, the difference is huge. One statement defines who you are. The other just describes something that is happening. And that small shift, well, it's the key to everything. And here's where we can really see that split. On one side, you have the experience, it's just a temporary wave of feeling. It comes and it goes. But on the other side, you've got identity, that permanent story we tell ourselves about me. And that, right there, is the fundamental mistake we all make. We take a fleeting experience and we turn it into a solid, heavy identity. Okay, so let's break this down. Let's look at this core mistake, this unconscious math we do in our heads where we decide that this temporary emotion is, well, equal to our very being.
I want you to really picture this. Think of an emotion just like a wave in the ocean. Seriously. It gathers its energy, it rises up, hits its peak, and then, what does it do? It just naturally falls away, disappearing back into the sea. That's what a feeling is supposed to do when we don't mess with it. It's a process, not a person.
And this is the moment the trouble starts. It's a process called identification. It's when our mind comes along and just slaps a permanent name tag on that temporary wave. So the simple, observable fact of fear arose gets twisted into this heavy, permanent judgment. I am a coward. See how that works? We take one moment in time and we build a whole lifelong story out of it.
So how does this actually happen? It's not like a switch just flips. It's actually a step-by-step process. The source material breaks it down brilliantly into 4 distinct layers that build on top of each other. And here's that process laid out. It starts at the most basic level imaginable, biological. Just a physical thing in your body. Your heart starts racing, maybe your chest gets tight. It's just a sensation. But then, the mind jumps in for layer 2, thought. It attaches a story, he belittled me. And it doesn't stop there. Layer 3 is meaning. The mind makes it bigger, drawing a huge conclusion like I am not respected. And finally, it all hardens into layer 4, identity, a permanent story. This always happens to me. And just like that, a simple blip in your nervous system has become a core part of who you think you are.
So you might be thinking, okay, if we all do this, what's the real problem here? Are the emotions themselves the bad guys? Well, the source suggests that the answer is a big no. The real problem isn't what we think it is at all.
Take a look at this number. According to the neuroscience on this is the natural biological lifespan of an emotion if you just leave it alone. 30 to 90 seconds. That's it. That's how long the actual chemical rush in your body is designed to last. But, and this is a huge but, while the raw feeling might be gone in under 2 minutes, the story, the identity we build from it, that can stick around for hours, days, years, even a whole lifetime. The initial spark of anger is incredibly brief, but the story of I was wronged, well, that can keep the fire burning forever. This really gets to the heart of it. The problem isn't that the wave shows up. That's automatic. The real problem is that we actively participate in keeping it there. We justify it. We tell ourselves, I have a right to be angry. We defend the story to anyone who will listen. And we just keep feeding it, looping the same thoughts over and over, trapping that wave inside us. Now, this brings us to the most subtle, the most clever part of this whole illusion. See, the mind has a master trick it uses to make absolutely sure we stay stuck to these emotions. And this is just brilliant. Look at how our mind disguises these raw, primal emotions. It dresses them up in these noble costumes of morality and justice. So your anger isn't just anger anymore, now it's I'm fighting for the truth. Your jealousy becomes this noble quest for what's fair. Fear gets reframed as you just being practical. By doing this, the mind makes it almost impossible to question the emotion, because letting it go would feel like you're abandoning your most important principles. It's so sneaky.
Okay, so if we're caught in this web of identification and these clever moral justifications, how in the world do we get out? What's the path to freedom? Well, luckily, the solution is actually as simple as the problem is complicated.
In the end, it all comes down to this one powerful shift in perspective. The problem was never the wave itself. The anger, the fear, they weren't the enemy. The problem was our choice to merge with it, to believe that we were the wave.
So the path to freedom is just learning how to stand on the shore and watch that wave rise and fall without feeling the need to dive in and get swept away.
And this right here, this is the key. This is the mantra for this whole new way of seeing things. What is arising is within me, but it is not me. It's so simple, but so profound. It lets you acknowledge the experience fully without collapsing into it. It creates that tiny bit of space you need to see the feeling for what it is. Just a temporary visitor, not the owner of the house.
So, I'll just leave you with this to think about. The next time a big wave of emotion starts to rise up inside you, and you know it will, it's part of life, you now have a very real choice. Are you going to stand back and just watch it, knowing that it will pass? Or are you going to jump in, become the wave, and let its story define you? The choice, as always, is yours.